Hey guys, Reese Tech here coming at you with another new video. Now, if you've been anywhere on the tech net over the past 24 months, you'll know all about these. This is a pair of the VITURE Pro XR glasses. Now, I didn't say smart glasses because they're not smart. They're just basically virtual displays, which is pretty cool, but they don't act the same way other displays do because these just sit on your eyes like a pair of bifocals. It's really, really cool. Now, let me show you what they look like. These glasses just look like that. Literally, like a pair of glasses that you'd wear in any kind of any day, everyday situation, which is really cool. So if I was to put these on, like so, you can kind of sort of tell, but you can't really tell that I'm wearing somewhat smart glasses because they can do interesting things. These glasses actually have a display embedded in them just here, kind of like the heads-up display that you have on a car. And it reflects off the glass panel here, and then it projects the display into your eyes, but right in front of your eyes. So Virtual claims that you can see a 135-inch screen, and I think that is pretty accurate for the most part. So long as you're not looking at a screen that's right in front of you and you're looking about 3 meters out, you can see quite a large screen. And the glasses themselves come in this neat little beautifully made leather case with magnetic pieces. So the little case cover is magnetic, and they come with the single cable right here, low investment cable. By low investment, I mean that all you need to do is attach it to the back and attach it to any device. So right here, I've got my iPad Pro. I'm going to attach this to the iPad to get them powered up. Immediately, I'll be able to see my iPad display. And also, you may or may not have noticed when I have the camera zoom in here, but they also feature electrochromatic lenses. What that means is, let's open the iPad here, give them a little bit of power. Perfect. What that means is the electrochromatic lenses can actually dim the glasses and make them clear. So clear, dim, clear, dim. So when they're clear, I can see you. When they're dim, I can't see you. That helps because in direct sunlight, these glasses work phenomenally well. I was quite surprised myself when I first used them out in direct sunlight. I thought, I'm not sure how these are going to do, but they did amazingly well. Obviously, they're open to the sides, the top and the bottom, so it's not going to be the same as using an Oculus Quest 3, for example, such as what I've got back there, if you can even see it. But these glasses excel in their own specific use case. So I'll tell you about the different types of situations that I really enjoyed using the glasses in. I'll tell you about the benefits of having these glasses and the cons of having these glasses. But the first thing I want to start with, and let's start with money. So these glasses, let's take this off so I can actually show you. These glasses set me back about 600 Australian dollars. For some of you that might be a lot, for some of you that may not be a lot, but 600 Australian dollars for a pair of display sunnies is insane. Because if they could do more than that, different story. Because I can actually get an Oculus Quest 3 base model for the price that I paid for these glasses. Pretty crazy, right? And that can do a lot more than what this can do. Now, another thing with regards to the price, the newest product is the VITURE Luma Pro glasses. Now, the Luma Pros actually have a couple more interesting features because these have IPD adjustments right here, right? Which is really great because you want to be able to adjust these glasses to suit your vision. What I noticed was my eyesight lays just outside of the recommended IPD for these glasses. So what happens is I actually get headaches over extended use. We'll jump more into those drawbacks later on, but just another thing in terms of price. If you're going to buy this product, you want to buy the newest version of this product, not the older version. This is the older version. This is what they had as their flagship model last year. The Luma Pros are the newest ones, but since the Luma Pros were going to take time to come in, and I'm still waiting for them to come in, I thought I'd buy the XRs so that I'd have a point of reference to review the Luma Pros when they come out, or when they arrive. Let's go back to price. Now the Luma Pros are a little bit more expensive than this, and there's 3 or 4 variations of the Luma Pros all the way up to the Beast, and they can do different things. The Luma Pros have a camera in the front, these ones do not. The Luma Pros also feature degrees of freedom and tracking and so on, and depth tracking and all those other things. These do not. The Luma Pros may be worth the bang for the buck. I guess I'll know when I really try them. The Luma Pros do get a little bit brighter. These ones do get quite bright, and in all honesty, they're very bright. You don't even need to dim these to use them outdoors, which is pretty fantastic. But you're looking at around $600 and something. I'll put the price up on screen. The other thing as well with these glasses, especially the Luma Pro variant of these glasses, you'll be able to get a neckband, which is an additional $600, $700, $800. Then on top of that, if you get the recommended keyboard, little fold away flat pack keyboard that you can get with this product as well, it's going to set you back another $150, $200. And overall, you'd probably be looking at, if you get all the products together, you'd probably be looking at $1,800 for this. And I'm not sure if a pair of glasses with displays in them, 6 degrees of freedom, the neckband with the operating system in it, as well as some of the other things, is worth $1,800. I'd rather buy myself an iPad Pro with the proper OS that's been tested for a long time, or an iPad Air, again, with Mac OS or something Windows, or just something that I'd be able to use my money on that can do a lot more. This feels like technology for the future. Now, from my understanding, this is some type of magnesium alloy frame, which is beautiful. I can tell you that the build quality, they did not cheap out on the materials for sure. There's a little bit of flex outwards, which is designed. It's perfect. It's beautiful. Let's move on to the next segment, which is their specific use case. Now, I found myself using this in situations, for example, on the plane, on a flight. I found myself using these at the airport. I found myself using these in cafes in Japan. I found myself using these in Hong Kong in certain areas which were crowded and I didn't want people to see what I was doing. They're a privacy tool. And I think that's pretty cool because even if you're looking directly into the glasses, you wouldn't be able to see exactly what I'm doing. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. They worked really, really well for doing the things that I needed to do that I didn't need everybody seeing. So for example, browsing the internet, reading my emails, responding to things, payment gateways, paying for things, buying things, doing sort of things that are intricate that you just don't want everybody looking at. They're perfect for that kind of thing. The other thing that they're great for is having a secondary display. Now, when I put these on and I connect them and tether them to a computer, what happens is the display gets projected in the upper portion of the display here. Now that display, the specifications are about 135 inches at 3 meters or so away from you. So if you're looking out there, you can see a very large display. And the display itself is very clean and clear and crisp. The only issue is my IPD lays just outside of the myopia adjustments that they have here on the glasses. Now that's an issue because for me, I'm not able to get the entire display in my field of view. What I end up having is blurriness at the bottom or blurriness at the top. I can't actually make a decision as to, like, if I adjust the glasses like so, I can get the glasses to be perfect at the bottom, but now I can't see the top. And if I adjust the glasses perfectly in the middle, now I can't see the bottom, but I also can't see the top too well. It's not perfect for my eyesight and my vision. So that's one of the reasons why I'll be sending them back. However, in the middle, it's tack sharp. It is absolutely perfect. So in my opinion, if they were able to get this perfect from top to bottom, it's a completely different story now because I would have a larger use case for this as a secondary display. In my opinion, this will probably be replacing monitors in the future completely. Imagine you had a computer which is just nothing but a keyboard and a pair of glasses. I can see Apple doing something like that in the future. Now this will be what? The Apple Key Air? Who knows? But I can see them doing something like this where there are a pair of AR glasses like this paired with a keyboard, and all you do is just pop them out of the case, put this on your eyes and start typing away. Imagine that. Now, let's get into the benefits of having these glasses. The glasses are quite compact. and they're very, very, very low investment. They're low investment, not financially, but they're low investment in the sense that they don't need any kind of software or operating system to run on the glasses themselves. You just need to have any device that can have HDMI output over USB-C. Straight USB-C out into the glasses, you get your visual display. Pretty cool, pretty fantastic. So works with iPhone, works with MacBooks. There's a list of specified devices that this actually works with. The next pro, like I said, privacy. Privacy is a huge pro. I think that's one of the biggest things you could look at these glasses for and think, okay, what would I really want to use them for? Maybe I want to edit in public. Maybe I want to do accounting in public. Maybe I want to purchase things in public. Maybe I just need to do something real private in public. Privacy, they're great for that. Now, let's talk about comfort, relaxation, and gaming. I think that they are pretty good for gaming and they're very comfortable. One of the things I can't do with my Oculus Quest 3, or I haven't been able to do with an Apple Vision Pro, is put these glasses on and actually just lay back and enjoy myself. Now, as you can see, they don't extend out past my head. That's great because when I do lean my head back and I relax, I can just watch my movie. How cool is that? Let's get to the cons. These give me a headache, and also they make me feel sick and nauseous. That might not be consistent with everyone, but this is consistent for me. I've noticed that in prolonged use cases with these glasses, I do start to feel a little bit of nausea, and I can sort of overcome it if I work on blocking it out with my mind. But even if I take them off, I feel that for extended periods of time, which I don't feel so long as the glasses are not on my head. Now, I don't get the nausea if I just have them on my head like so. The moment I turn the display on though, I notice that I'm forced to focus on either what's in front of me or what's in the display themselves. And that's where the nausea kicks in. The other issue that I noticed is that they do get quite warm on the right-hand side of the glasses. Now, that's obviously where the power comes in, right? So it makes sense, but they do get warm. It doesn't translate to your head. You can't really tell and you can't feel it, but they do get warm. The other thing that's a bit of an issue that I saw and noticed was they're not super heavy, but they can be. Over extended periods of time, they started to cause me a headache because of how clamped these arms are to my head. Again, might not be an issue for some people. You may have a smaller head and your IPD adjustments may lay within this myopia adjustment here, which is great. It'll be good for you. I recommend you definitely try them, see for yourself whether or not you like them before making a decision. I'm just here to give you a review. The other thing is the speakers themselves. So the speakers do sound a little bit tinny. They're quite small. Don't expect the most out of these speakers. I think that you can expect basically to be able to listen to what you're doing, really. But don't expect the most out of them. They're not, Bose speakers. They're not Harman Kardon. They're not the most phenomenal speakers you'll ever hear because they're really coming out of very small slits here. Yeah. And yeah, so they do have some speakers here at the bottom, of course. And it appears that they also have some speakers up here at the top, right here. And then in addition to that, there are two buttons. This button here, this right here is a volume rocker. So up and down for the volume, as well as a electrochromatic display button here, which triggers the electrochromatic display to go to dark and off. It's only got two modes. And then if you hold it down, it then switches to volume. So then you can change and adjust your volume so that you don't have to do that on your device that you are connected to. They look pretty cool, great styling. In all honesty, display is fantastic. I can see these glasses being the way of the future and giving them 2 or 3 more years to develop these glasses. There are competitors out there that do similar things, but honestly, I think that from what I've seen and what I've researched, Viture Luma Pros, this is just the Viture Pro XRs, but the Viture Luma Pros will be the glasses to try. And stay tuned for a review on those glasses when they do come out. But in the meantime, I will see what I'm going to do with these glasses because who knows? I may just end up doing a giveaway, but stay tuned to the channel to find out. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate every comment and I read all the comments and I respond to every comment that you guys actually put on my videos. And much appreciated for watching this video. If you do have a question about these glasses before I make a final decision as to whether or not I'm sending them back or essentially giving them away, let me know. And Virtual, if you'd like to give me a pair of the Beasts, that'd be pretty cool as well. I think the Beasts are your flagship product at the moment. I'd love to test them. I'd love to try them out. Send us a pair. I'd love to give an honest review and give people some feedback on what you're offering. But that's it. That's the VITURE Pro XR glasses. That's Reese Tech. Real reviews, real life, real tech. I'll catch you in the next one.